Alright, so today we're going to be working on proving angles congruent. A couple things we want to talk about is postulate. We know that that is a rule or a fact. A theorem is something you can do based on a postulate. So basically a statement made based on a postulate. Statement based on a postulate. So we can calculate. So our first theorem is the vertical angles theorem. And basically all that this says is vertical angles are congruent. And we know that because I've told you guys in chapter 1, if angle 1 is 50 degrees, then angle 3 is 50 degrees. If angle 1 is 50 degrees, we also know that this is a straight line, so angle 2 is 130. Therefore, angle 4 is 130. So they're equal. But that's not all that we have to do. If this is equal to 3x, and this is equal to 2x plus 6, or 2x minus 6, 2x plus 6, let's do that, then you can set those two things equal to each other. We've already done this a lot, and so what I want you guys to do is to do these three examples to solve for x and y. Now, what I want to remind you of is that this is also equal to 5x plus 4y. So you can figure out what these two things are once you figure out what x is. Okay? So go ahead and try these three, pause the video, try these three problems, solve for x and y. Please pause the video and check this after you've attempted them on your own. Okay, hopefully you were able to get these two rather quickly. X equal 10.5, x equal 40. I also want you to notice that I went ahead and filled in the other angles. I want you guys to get used to doing that, filling in the other angles. That way, you know, you'll understand every time that a straight line is 180 degrees. Now, the third example is a little tougher. X equal to 14. When I plug this in, I get 50 for both of these. That means both of these are 130. So I had to set 5x plus 4y equal to 130. Then I use substitution to plug 14 in for x, and I can find y. Y is equal to 15. Okay, hopefully that was understood. A couple other things that are always true. If two angles are supplements of the same angle, then the two angles are congruent. So again, we're going to use that transitive property. If angle 1 and angle 2 equals 180 degrees, and angle 2 and angle 3 equals 180 degrees, then angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. So let's talk about when that happens. You'll notice it works the same way basically as vertical. Okay, 1 and 2 equal 180, 2 and 3 equal 180, so 1 and 3 are congruent. But obviously they're vertical, so that makes it pretty easy. If two angles are complement of each other, then the two angles are congruent. So it works the same way. If I make a right angle, and this is angle 1 and angle 2, if I turn angle 2 and make another right angle 1 and 2 make a right angle 2 and 3 make a right angle. So then angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. Okay? Pretty straightforward. Theorem number 3. All right angles are congruent. That should be straightforward. Okay? If I have a right angle like this, it's 90 degrees. If I have a right angle like this, it's 90 degrees. Doesn't matter how it's turned, all right angles are 90 degrees. And then finally, if two angles are congruent and supplementary, then each is a right angle. So if I have a straight line, and I say these two angles are congruent, well, if there's 180 degrees in a straight line, then each angle is a right angle. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so we're going to use all of these rules in the first half of class today to be able to calculate to solve for a variable x. So you are going to be applying all of these rules to make sure that you can calculate and solve for a variable x. Again, I hit these very quickly because they're pretty straightforward. Okay? And so we've been talking about when it says something equal to 180, when it says something equal to 90, that all has to do with angles. Vertical, we know they're congruent. We've been hashing this out since Unit 1. We're almost done with Unit 2. Hopefully you guys have this locked up by now. Okay? And so this will be the first part of what we do today. Be ready for another video on the second part of this, and then the quiz will be due the next day as well. So have any questions, make sure you guys come and see me. I'm always available, and we can talk about these, and I can give you more examples. Thanks.